Ladies and gentlemen, greetings to you all. I'm Peter Thomson, the United Nations Secretary General's Special Envoy for the Ocean. Firstly, may I thank you for the opportunity of speaking to you all. And secondly, I'd like to congratulate the Ocean Plastics Leadership Network for getting everyone together today in this virtual format. I come from Fiji in the South Pacific, and I clearly recall a world without plastic. I remember when I saw my first plastic pen and first plastic cigarette lighter, and the sense of foreboding that something was amiss when these throwaway items began turning up in the flotsam along the tide lines of our previously pristine beaches. Who can doubt that plastic is an ingenious product of humanity that has transformed everything from medicine to food supply systems with its lightweight, waterproof indestructibility? It's now present in everything from our clothing to our transport, from our computers to the homes in which we live. But we've been eating too long on the lotus if we imagine we can continue current practices of using and disposing plastic without dire consequence. We currently dump 11 million metric tons of plastic into the ocean each year, and this figure is projected to double by 2030 and nearly triple by 2040. We've unleashed a plastic plague upon the planet. Plastic has entered the marine food chain from zooplankton up to the end consumer of seafood, Homo sapiens. We are consuming it, and scientists are now finding evidence that nanoplastics are crossing our blood-brain and placental barriers. Ladies and gentlemen, in his address to the climate COP in Madrid, the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres said, "We are knowingly destroying the life support systems of this planet." And he followed up on that declaration when, in his State of the Planet address at Columbia University in New York last December, he said that we've been waging a war against nature and that the time has come to make peace. Surely, central to these peace talks must be an end to the plastic plague. We have a clear path to the peace table in the form of the proposed international treaty to stop marine plastic pollution. Last month, at the first session of UNEA 5, the call for such a treaty was articulated by many, with over 70 governments expressing their support. Now is the time when every voice that cares about the proper use and disposal of plastics must be heard. The United Nations does not exist in isolation. It's governed by member states, and that means your country and mine. So your local voices need to be heard in your capitals. Speak to your representatives so that when the member state delegates assemble at UNEA 5's second session in February next year, they will have a clear mandate to get the job done. The efficacy of international environmental treaties was demonstrated by the 1987 Montreal Protocol that phased out industrial production of chlorofluorocarbons. These chlorine-containing chemicals had been prevalent around the world in aerosols and foams and refrigerants, and prior to that international agreement in 1987, they were triggering the destruction of the planet's stratospheric ozone, the gaseous layer that screens out cancer-causing ultraviolet light. The ozone layer is now steadily healing, thanks to the Montreal Protocol and the science-based application of logic and universal action. Marine plastic pollution demands the same. Ladies and gentlemen, there could not be a better nor more important time for you to be having these conversations. We are operating in a new policy environment where rapid action in the face of crises is possible. The response to the coronavirus pandemic has shown us our potential to collaborate, innovate, and overcome. But it has also shown us that we cannot have healthy economies without healthy humans, and we cannot have healthy humans on an unhealthy planet. It's truly heartening that so many of you, from activists through to representatives of industry, have gathered in this space today. May you be co-creators of a collective might that drives us to the achievement of the proposed international treaty to stop marine plastic pollution. There's a great responsibility upon us all to end our war on nature and face up to the difficult conversations and compromises and decisions and transformations that lie ahead. Opportunities for synergies and partnerships are many, but we must make haste, for time is not on our side. Change is a constant. Let us ensure it is changed for the better. I look forward to hearing about all that emerges from the dialogues, and I thank you for your attention.